Welcome to the SUNY Orange Apprentice Players and Arts and Communication Department's production of Flash in the Dark, stories from the golden age of radio. My name is Nicholas Canan and I'll be your host for the evening. We are coming to you live from the Richards Theater at SUNY Orange. The actors have all safely gathered and are ready to perform. After a long year away from our theater, we are thrilled to be here. We are streaming both video and audio, and while you're certainly welcome to watch the actors on stage, we invite you to gather the family round the radio and listen to this evening's performance. We hope you enjoy our very special selection of classic comedies, old-timey serials, and suspenseful dramas. And now, on with the show. Presenting for the first time on radio, the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon and Dale Arden. These thrilling dramas come to you as depicted each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, now printed in 32 tabloid-sized pages. Each page in full 4 colors is distributed everywhere as part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. For the benefit of those who missed our earlier episodes, here is the story to date. Flash Gordon, internationally famous American athlete, and his beautiful American sweetheart, Dale Arden, and Dr. Zarkov, the great scientist, left Earth on a rocket ship. They crashed on the planet Mongo and were captured by Ming the Merciless, the cruel emperor of this new planet. He commanded Dale Arden to marry him and ordered that Flash be killed. But Flash escaped with the help of Ming's beautiful daughter, Aura, who fell deeply in love with him and proposed marriage. Flash refused, stating he loved Dale Arden. Flash then met Thune, the powerful, huge, bearded prince of the Lion Men, and Prince Baron, a former member of Emperor Ming's court. Joined by Dr. Zarkov, these 4 friends plotted to overthrow the government of Emperor Ming and rescue Dale Arden. They were almost successful, but at the last moment, with victory practically within their grasp, they were recaptured by Emperor Ming's soldiers, and the 4 friends, together with Dale Arden, were condemned to a fate far worse than death. Securely bound, they were placed on a gyro ship and sent as slaves to the prison city of the Hawkmen. Now we continue the story. The prison ship carrying our friends roars through the stratosphere on the way to the prison city of the Hawkmen. In the cell room, Flash and Prince Thune work feverishly on each other's bonds.
Can you get the knot untied, Prince Thune?
It is almost loosened, Flash. Just another twist. Ah, there, thou art free.
Thanks. Now I will set you free. If we work fast, we may be able to release Dr. Zarkov, Baron, and get control of the ship.
Good. As soon as thou canst loose my bonds, I will capture the god and take his keys when he makes his rounds.
There, the rope's undone.
Hark! I hear the god coming.
Put your hands behind your back like this. Then lie still until he bends over to give us our food. Then we will overpower him. Quiet now. Here he comes.
Here is your food, prisoners.
Now, Prince Thune.
Give me that. I have him, Flash. Take his keys.
Stop squirming, fellow, or I will give you something to squirm about. Now, I've got his keys, Thune. Now to save Dale, Baron, and Zarkov.
What was that?
We must have struck something. Are you all right, Thune?
Yes, and thou, friend?
I'm okay.
Flash Gordon.
Here, Prince Thune and I are in here.
And you are free.
Yes, and didst thou gain thy liberty, friends?
The crash broke the what door or cell door. Come quickly. We must go to the control cabin and see about the girl.
Yes, hurry, this way. Dale, where are you? Dale!
I'm in here!
Are you all right, Dale?
Let me go. Let me go. I've got to call Ming on the spaceophone.
Send this to Ming with my regards.
He won't be able to transmit your message for quite some time, lad.
Let's get out of here.
We shall let the others go too. Soon, I need your great strength to help me remove the valuable scientific apparatus from the ship.
Come, Flash. Come, Dale. We have no time to lose.
We're with you, Baron.
Soon, rip those spaceographs from their sockets. I will take the space compass.
What else would thou like to have removed, friend?
That is enough for this trip. Come on outside.
Where are our friends, Baron and Flash and Dale?
They must have gone to the forest over yonder. What is that rushing sound?
By the great God! Pau, look up there! Hawkmen! Run, friend! Run for your life!
Flying with lances held in readiness, a squadron of savage hawkmen hurtle from the skies. They seize Thune and Zarkov and sweep them into the air. While in the forest, numb with horror, Flash and Dale and Baron watch their friends get carried away towards the sky city suspended in space, the prison city of the Hawkmen.
There they go with Thune and Zarkov.
And that, friend, is the end of them.
What do you mean, Prince Baron?
No man captured by the Hawkmen has a way to tell about it.
How terrible!
We'll see about that, Baron.
It's hopeless, Flash. Look, their city drifts high in the heavens, held up by powerful light beams.
What are we going to do now?
Let's go back to the wrecked ship. We may be able to fix it.
I am afraid the ship is beyond repair, Flash, but perhaps it won't do any harm to try.
Flash, I hear a rumbling sound.
Why? It's a rocket ship bearing down on us.
It's going to land.
It made a perfect landing. I wonder who the pilot is.
A girl is getting out. She's holding a white pistol.
Why? It's Princess Aura. Well, Princess, this is a surprise.
I followed you to give you your last chance, Flash Gordon.
What do you mean?
Keep out of this, Dale Arden. He knows what I mean.
I suppose you still want me to marry you.
Yes, marry me, and the Empire is yours, and your friends go free.
And if I refuse?
The Hawkmen, with my aid, will kill all of you. You shall never marry this Earth girl, Dale Arden.
My dear Princess, if I must make a choice, I choose Dale and death.
Flash, darling,
Good for you, Flash.
you have signed our death warrants, but I don't care, as long as we are together.
I'm glad, Dale. That's just how I feel too.
Very well. You have made your choice. I go to the Hawkmen!
Well, there goes the haughty beauty. In an hour, every Hawkman in Mongol will be after us.
Prince Baron's prophecy becomes true. He, Flash, and Dale are captured by the Hawkmen and dragged before the throne of their king, the mighty Voltan. There, the prisoners find Aura leaning on the arm of the great throne, while King Voltan explains to her,
"The laws of Mongol allow you to judge the fate of one of these prisoners, Princess. The others belong to me."
I will take the yellow-haired youth. I will make him pay for scorning me. Incidentally, by torturing him, I can also torture the Earth Girl.
So be it. Take him into the torture chamber.
No, no! I beg you, kill me, but spare Flash!
Then let the girl stay with me. So, you're in love with this youth, eh?
In love with him? Why, just because I begged for Flash's life doesn't mean I love him.
No?
He is but a youth. You, most impressive majesty, you are a man.
My pretty bird, you have discernment. I look at your face value, but I see I was wrong. You have an unusual appreciation of men.
Thank you, Impressive Majesty. I can also appreciate compliments.
Soon I will show you how your friends have failed the rigors of the torture chamber.
I don't care much for torture, Your Majesty, but I guess you can't help doing what the Emperor's daughter tells you to.
Emperor's daughter? I give orders in this city. But now, as to your fate,
Yes, Impressive Majesty?
I shall make you my wife as soon as the High Priestess can be summoned.
In the meantime, down in the torture chambers, Flash and his friends have been put to work stoking the great atom furnaces of the Hawkmen. Driven nearly mad by the terrible heat and the anxiety of wondering what is happening to Dale, Flash is all for rebelling. He throws a shovelful of flaming radium at a guard. The captain of the guard reaches for the switch that would electrocute Flash by passing a current through a wire fastened to his leg irons. But Dr. Zarkov rushes up and pleads,
Nine, do not kill him, Captain. He is but an impetuous youth. We will make him work.
Then see that he does. If he starts any more trouble, he shall die.
Thank you, Captain.
Get back to work, the rest of you slaves.
Thanks, Dr. Zarkov. But I'd just as soon die. Dale is lost to me.
Patience, Flash. Dr. Zarkov and I have a plan. Come over here, behind this lead wall.
What are you going to do, Baron?
I shall keep watch for the guard. Get to work, Zarkov, quickly.
Here, Flash, take these wires off your manacles and wrap them around your shovel.
All right, there. Now, what are you going to do?
You heard what the captain said. If you start any trouble, he will electrocute you. When I give you a signal, jump up and throw your shovel into the radium beam. Over there.
And get myself killed for it?
I promise you, you will not die. Do as I tell you.
All right. Now?
Is the ghost clear, Baron?
No one is looking this way.
Now, Flash.
Come on, men. Follow me. Better death than slavery.
Mutiny! Then die like a rat. Here goes the switch.
The electric current ignited the radium ore.
It worked! It worked!
Now's our chance to escape.
I'm going to find Dale.
back in the sumptuous quarters of Voltan, king of the Hawkmen, he and Dale are awaiting the arrival of the High Priestess to perform the marriage ceremony.
Well, my pretty little bird, soon you will be the bride of Voltan the Mighty. Suppose you give me a little kiss while we're waiting for the High Priestess to be summoned. Eh? Come here.
No, don't touch me!
What? You repulse me, Earth Girl? Come here.
Get away from me, you fat fool! Flash, darling!
Take your hands off her, Voltan.
With a yellow fury, Flash drives his fist into Voltan's jaw. The mighty king staggers back and, bellowing like a mad bull, places his steel-taloned fingers into Flash's throat. His left hand reaches for his dagger.
Flash, look out for his dagger!
With a smashing left and a crushing right hand uppercut that would have killed an ordinary man, Flash knocks Voltan into unconsciousness.
That settles that, Ox. Did he hurt you?
No. Oh, my darling. I feel so safe in your arms. They are so strong yet tender.
These arms were meant to hold you and protect you. By heaven, they will as long as I have life.
My dear. Oh, where are Baron and Zarkov and Thune?
Zarkov and Baron are working on some scientific gadget. Thune and I separated looking for you. Come, we will join them.
Did you kill Voltan?
I don't know. There's no time to waste finding out.
Which way do we go from here?
Look! Soldiers are coming this way. Turn to the right, Dale. Down that other passage.
More soldiers! Flash, we're trapped!
Back to Voltan's quarters, Dale. We can bar the door and hold them off while we wait for an arranged to escape. There, we're back in Voltan's quarters. And we have escaped the soldiers.
Now what?
Now for the fireman squad!
Voltan!
Why you?
Stay where you are! I have this ray pistol trained on you. The slightest move and both of you will be blown to atoms.
Don't touch the girl. I surrender.
What's this? What's happening? The lights are out.
Flash, the door's tipping up.
Don't worry, Dale. I'll save you.
Then there was a terrible rumbling sound. The floor began to shift. The walls began to crack open, and the lights went out. In the crumbling palace of Voltan, amid the shouts of the disorganized guards, Flash and Dale break away as the mighty king flies into the air. He hurls himself onto Flash, drags him to the floor, and prepares to execute him by his own hands. Meanwhile, Dr. Zarkov and Prince Baron are rushing towards the throne room.
Nice work, Baron. Now to strike a bargain with Voltan, if we are not too late.
With the white beaming is using at the present rate, friend Zarkov, the city will remain in mid-air for only another half hour.
If Voltan will listen to us, there will be enough time. But we must not waste 1 minute. Here we are at the throne room.
Look, Voltan has his sword at Flash Gordon's throat.
Stop that, wait!
Who dare gives me orders?
I do. I can save your city, but if you harm Flash Gordon, I will doom this city and all of your Harpin to destruction.
All of my radium is gone. You destroyed that yourselves. How can you save us?
Prince Baron and I have been experimenting with other atom rays.
Ha! Experimenting. Enough of this. I should have killed Flash Gordon, but for your arrival and bluff, now I shall finish the job.
Oh, Flash, my darling.
Be brave, Dale. This big windbag is bluffing now.
Bluffing, am I? I'll show you.
Listen to us, you fool. Your city will remain suspended only 20 minutes more. There is no time to waste.
What do you think you can do to save the city?
We have found a way to make new light beams to hold these cities safely suspended in the air.
What kind of trick is this?
It is no trick.
Then let us see what you propose to do.
I will save your city with one condition.
You know when to drive a bargain, O Wizard of the Earth. Very well. Flash Gordon shall go free when you save my city.
You must also free Dale and Baron and Zarkov.
Absolutely.
Be quick, Voltan. Your precious minutes are flying.
Give us your answers.
I will pardon you all if my city is saved.
Good then. Follow me.
Where are you going to take us?
Into this private elevator.
Where are we going, Dr. Zarkov?
Baron and I discovered a room under the Hall of Atomic Power which stored scientific apparatus. With the help of the slaves, we constructed my newest invention, didn't we, Baron?
Yes, we did, friend Zarkov. I only hope this bull-headed monarch hasn't delayed us too long with his arguing. There isn't much time left to save the city.
We are tipping over. How much further do we have to descend?
We will be below the foundation in just a minute.
What's this remarkable discovery, Wizard of the Earth?
You shall see, you shall see.
We are here. Hurry out, everyone.
Hold fast to my hand, Dale.
Oh, Flash, do you think Dr. Zarkov will be able to save us?
I know he will do his best.
That is my invention.
What is that? Massive tubes and wires?
This electrical machine is an atomic light solidifier.
It will strengthen the beam?
Yes. Keep everybody back then. I must have room to work.
Stand back, everybody.
Baron, do you think this machine will work?
Shh. Be quiet. Professor Zarkov is throwing the switch.
What is that weird bluish light?
New rays made from the atoms, Dale. Why? The city seems to be getting back on an even keel.
By Paiu, so it is!
How's it working, friend Zarkov?
Splendid, so far. The light beams supporting the city are becoming stronger and stronger.
Then the city saved?
The city is saved.
By Paiu, he has done it! All of you are free!
Why, Dale, you're crying.
I am so happy we're saved.
Zarkov, come here.
He said he could do it, and he did.
Yes, King Voltan, you summoned me.
Zarkov, you shall be my head scientist.
Voltan, this is more than I expected. I am grateful, deeply grateful, and appreciate the honor.
Flash and Dale.
Yes, Impressive Majesty?
What is it, King Voltan?
As proof of our future friendship, I shall give you a royal wedding tomorrow. And tonight, we shall have a banquet to celebrate it.
Are you having a good time, Dale?
A wonderful time, Flash. It hardly seems possible that we shall be married tomorrow. I don't dare believe it until we are actually being married.
You mustn't feel that way, Dale. It's just nerves.
Well, my friend, tomorrow will be the big day.
I am not so sure.
Dale is just worrying about nothing, Baron.
It is almost tomorrow, Dale. What can happen now?
During the excitement of the certain destruction of the city, the Princess Aura disappeared.
Oh, is that not what worries you? I should think you would be glad she's not here.
I am.
Well, well, lovebirds, are you enjoying yourselves?
Oh yes, thank you, Impressive Majesty.
Majesty, Majesty,
Yes, what is it?
the airship of Ming the Merciless is approaching the city.
This means trouble.
Oh, what did I tell you? There will be no wedding for us tomorrow.
We will die fighting.
No, Voltan. Let us take our chances on escaping. Give us a rocket ship.
It is no use, Flash. They were damaged when the city tilted.
His Universal Majesty, Emperor of Mongo, Ming the Merciless.
And Princess Aura. Now there will be trouble.
Steady, Dale, darling. There will be a way out of this.
Well. Greetings and welcome, Emperor Ming.
So, Voltan, you have become friends with the prisoners. Turn over this Earthman to my torturers, and to me deliver my promised bride, Dale Autumn. I command it.
No, Father! You promised Flash Gordon to me as my share of the spoils!
Hold it, Ming. By the ancient laws of Mongo, by the sacred laws of the great Pau, who is all wise, I call for a tournament of the death.
A tournament? And this fellow, Flash Gordon, would enter.
Yes.
A tournament? Then all the planet would see him fail and die. So be it.
Between four mountains nestled a massive bowl-shaped arena, toward which the men of Mongo pours in a never-ending stream to the tournament of death, in which all of the contestants but one will meet death. And Flash Gordon is going to enter. He and Dale occupy the seats of honor in Voltan's box. Princess Aura enters the arena on a golden throne carried by 6 blue dragon men.
Here comes Princess Aura in all her glory.
She is vile, treacherous, and cruel. That, my boy, is a beauty.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Here comes Drewbridge, Camp the Lion Men.
The dragon men are frightened by the lions. They've dropped the princess.
Stay where you are, my boy. Prince Baron is already picking her up.
She seems to be smiling at him. I wonder what she's saying.
Prince Baron, you have saved my life. Why did you do it after the way I treated you?
Because, my princess, you are a woman, a beautiful woman, and I can no longer deny the fact that I love you.
But whatever it is she's saying, I wish she would get interested in somebody else and leave you alone, Flash.
The tournament is about to begin, Flash. There is your horse. Here, take this sword, my boy. It's the one which I became king of the Hawkmen. Take it and justify my faith in you.
And my faith, too.
Thanks, darling. Thank you, Voltan. I will do my best.
In another box, Prince Baron reaches a decision.
Zarkov, I am going to enter the tournament and win back my kingdom and Ming's daughter, Princess Aura, for my bride.
Don't be a fool, Prince Baron. Why do you risk being killed?
Wish me luck, my friend. I go to do battle.
It is a battle royale, with every horseman for himself. As the battle rages around him, Flash is beset by 2 yellow guardsmen. He vanquishes one, and as he is attacked by the other, he falls from his horse before the yellow man can can drive home a death thrust, a masked rider saves Flash, and the first great test of the Tournament of Death ends. A banquet is held for the survivors.
Are you sure you're all right, Flash?
Why, of course, Dale.
If it hadn't been for that masked fighter, you would be dead now. Oh, why did you enter that terrible tournament?
To win freedom, a kingdom, and most importantly, you.
My dear, look, the masked fighter is with Princess Aura.
Ah, the masked champion. Are you a criminal fearing arrest or a noble fearing recognition?
Well, bud, or when, milady? It will throw the winner just as freely for your amusement.
Here, wear this scarf as a token, but do not stain it with your blood.
Fair lady, a kiss from your gorgeous lips and I will face the regions of Peru.
Insolent one! I would have you tortured!
You cannot punish the living dead of the tournament. Goodbye, you beautiful devil. I go to fight for your hand.
That masked champion. I swear I know his voice. The call has sounded. I must go fight. Goodbye, Dale.
Goodbye and good luck, my darling. Oh, King Volton, when will this awful tournament end?
I know it seems horrible to you, little bird, but it's better that Flash should die honorably in the field of battle than at hands of the Maine's torturers. If he wins this final event, he will be a king, and you will be his queen.
The trumpets blow and the last contestants line up. 2 by 2, they mount the sky rope stretched over a flaming pool to joust with swords. One after another, they are eliminated by death. Finally, only Flash Gordon and the masked champion are left. Flash loses his balance and falls down toward the flaming pool, but his hand catches the hold of the rope and he hangs on. The masked champion, thrown off balance, all but falls, but saves himself by grasping on Flash Gordon's legs. His mask falls off, revealing he's Prince Baron. The crowd demands that both men shall live. They are brought before Voltan and Ming the Merciless.
None of your trickery, Ming. You will proclaim both of them as kings.
So be it, but I shall choose their kingdoms. To Prince Baron and my daughter Aura, I give the kingdom of the forest. To Flash Gordon and the Earth Girl, I give them the kingdom of the caves.
You fiend! You know neither kingdom has been conquered.
True, Voltan, but these are brave men. Let them try. They can hold their weddings in their own kingdoms. If they live that long.
We hope you enjoy the first episodes of the thrilling adventures of Flash Gordon. If you'd like to hear more from Flash and his allies, you can find hundreds of original episodes online. On September 8th, 1946, NBC launched a new sketch comedy show starring Don Amici and Francis Langford as John and Blanche Bickerson. This forever feuding couple's verbal warfare was legendary. Their run lasted over a decade on radio and then on television. We bring you our version of The Bickersons, starring Nicolette Barbera as Blanche Bickerson and yours truly, Nicholas Cannan as John Bickerson. Tonight's episode, Blanche Gets a Horse. As we begin, the Bickersons have retired. Mrs. Bickerson lies tense and awake in the darkness as poor husband John, victim of a rare type of insomnia, which keeps the patient in a state of complete lethargy for 8 hours at a time, offers valid proof of his agonizing affliction.
This has been going on since 9 o'clock. Oh, please. Not that again. John, quit it.
Quit it, Blanche.
John! Oh,
be something that will put a stop to that hideous snoring. Why do you do it?
Do what, Blanche?
Snore.
Huh?
Snore.
Okay.
John! Going out of my mind. For years, you've been telling people you've got insomnia. Not only do you sleep like a log, but you sound like you're sawing it.
Very funny, Blanche.
It isn't funny, it's tragic. There's the clock again. 1 o'clock. I've counted that thing 45 times since we went to bed, and I still haven't slept.
So how do you expect me to sleep if you're gonna lie there counting chimes? Throw the darn clock out. It's keeping me awake, too.
You wouldn't wake up if we had Big Ben in the room.
Big Ben who?
The house could fall down, and you'd never even know it.
Oh, you know that's not true, Blanche. I'm a very light sleeper.
Light sleeper. About an hour ago, we had one of the worst thunderstorms I've ever heard. And you never even budged.
Why didn't you wake me? You know I can't sleep when it's thundering.
I'm a nervous wreck. I've got crow's feet around my eyes, my forehead's all wrinkled, my chin is sagging. I'm beginning to look like an old hag. It's true, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Why not, John?
Well, I'll be awake for the rest of the night.
You do think it's true, though, don't you?
What's true?
That I'm beginning to look like an old hag.
You're not beginning to look like an old hag.
Why do you emphasize beginning?
All right, you're not beginning to look like an old hag.
Sounds even worse.
Well, how do you want me to say it?
Say I look beautiful.
Okay, I look beautiful. Good night.
I don't know how a man can be so cruel. Is it any wonder I'm getting old before my time?
What time is it?
After 1 o'clock, and I still haven't slept a wink.
Well, go to sleep.
You can't stand the sight of me, can you, John?
Oh, I can stand it fine.
Before we were married, you used to say such beautiful, poetic things. You don't anymore.
Oh, well, Blanche, how do you expect me to feel poetic at 1 o'clock in the morning?
You used to feel that way at 3 o'clock in the morning before we were married. Say something poetic.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Oh, stop it. You're just trying to irritate me now.
Well, what do you want me to say?
You know what I want you to say.
Okay, Blanche. When I look in your eyes, time stands still. Now, are you satisfied?
No.
Well, why not?
Because that might also mean that I have a face that's 12 o'clock.
Well, if the shoe fits, wear it. I want to get some sleep.
You're not going to make me believe that I'm ugly and hideous, John Bickerson. It isn't so long ago I won a beauty contest in my own hometown.
Long enough.
I never hear you tell any of your friends about it.
Blanche, a man can't go around telling his friends that his wife was Miss Clam Harbor Lighthouse of 1931.
You're making it sound as if I was the only girl in the contest. What about my sister Clara?
What about it? You won it, didn't you?
I'd like to hear you talk that way about Gloria Gooseby.
Now, don't start with Gloria Gooseby.
The way you drool every time you look at her. You'd think she was Miss America.
I don't drool when I see anybody. I hate Gloria Gooseby.
Then why do you keep inviting her for dinner?
I didn't invite her. You did.
Don't change your subject. If it weren't for the fact that her husband Leo was such a nice person, I wouldn't have either of them in the house. And the dinner was awful.
You cooked it, Blanche.
Yes? The thought of that horrible Gloria Gooseby coming over for dinner got me all confused and ruined everything. The minute I turned my back on the roast, caught fire. I had to throw soup on it to put it out.
You should have thrown that pie on it, too.
There was nothing wrong with the pie.
I hate lemon meringue, and you know it.
It wasn't lemon meringue. It was apple pie.
What was that yellow stuff on top?
The crust got burnt and I had to put some unguentine on it.
Thank heaven I didn't eat any.
No, but your girlfriend stuffed herself 4 pieces. The glutton.
She is not my girlfriend, and quit talking about her so I can get some sleep.
You wouldn't look twice at her if she didn't wear those brazen dresses.
I would too. I mean, I don't care what she wears.
Such a shame. Leo's such a little mouse. Believe me, if I were Gloria Gooseby's husband, I'd show her a thing or two. Someone should turn her over and give her a good spanking. I know what you're thinking, John Bickerson.
I'm not thinking anything. Why won't you let me sleep, Blanche?
I'm not going to stand for it much longer, John.
Oh.
You keep putting on that innocent little attitude. You don't fool me. I wouldn't feel so bad, except I'm so sick I could die.
What's the matter now?
I'm sick. I get fainting spells all the time, and the doctor doesn't know what it is. I know I'll never recover.
Don't be silly. You'll recover. You've got a healthy constitution.
I have not.
You have too. You had pneumonia, you got well. You had the flu, you got well. You had the mumps, you got well. You had 60 diseases and you got well. I never saw such a healthy woman in all my life.
Well, what about these fainting spells?
You'll recover from those too, but I swear to God, if you ever get lockjaw, you'll burst. Why don't you faint now so I can sleep?
Of all the unsympathetic, unfeeling wretches, if you ever lost me, it wouldn't mean a thing to you.
Oh, wouldn't it though?
Don't have to sound so eager.
I'm not eager. I'm just sleepy.
Good thing we don't have any children. I can just imagine what kind of life a poor little child would have in this house. To have a father who constantly raves and rants, selfish and thoughtless. A man who can't bear the sight of his own child.
What are you talking about?
Me, sick in bed, and the poor little infant crying in his crib, crying his heart out for a little attention.
Blanche.
Why don't you feed the baby, John? John, why do you hate children so much?
Because I can't bear them.
I know, but why do you hate them?
Blanche, all you want to do is keep me awake. Is that right?
You'd have been asleep a long time ago if you hadn't wakened me up with that snoring.
Can I help it if I snore?
Yes, you can. Dr. Marvin tells me there's something wrong with the nasal passages.
Yes.
He says you have a deviated septum. Why don't you let him fix it?
Okay, I will get it fixed next week.
You say you do it, but you won't. Let him fix it now.
What?
Go on, get up, and let the doctor pull out your septum.
Blanche, are you out of your mind? You think I'm gonna let that broken down doctor hammer on my nose at 3 o'clock in the morning?
He doesn't hammer at your nose. He chisels.
You could say that again.
Well,
I've seen his bills.
You're gonna have to do something. As it is, neither of us are getting any sleep.
Well, why don't you saw off your ears?
I wouldn't argue all the time if you were just nice for a minute.
You've been up to something again, Blanche. What is it?
I haven't been up to anything. I just want to hear you tell me that you love me, that's all.
Oh, you know I do.
You never say it.
I say it all the time.
Say it now.
I love you.
How much do you love me?
How much do you need?
$50.
Now wait a minute.
You promised me, John.
I know, but I can't give you anything extra this month.
That's what you told me last month.
Well, I kept my word, didn't I? Now what do you want $50 for?
The rent.
The rent is right there. It's in the cookie jar.
No, it's not.
Is too. Looked there yesterday.
Didn't look today.
What? Now, Blanche, don't tell me you spent that money on something foolish.
Oh, no, I gave it to a bookbinder.
A bookbinder? What do we need a bookbinder for? Our book is in fine condition.
Not that kind of bookbinder. This man goes to a racetrack. He's a trout.
A trout? The racetrack? Blanche, did you bet that money with a bookmaker? Oh, put the lights on.
Now, don't get excited, John. He brought the ticket back. Here.
Oh, a $50 win ticket. Blanche, how could you take my hard-earned money and gamble it away on a horse? I work my fingers to the bone, and you squander every penny I make. You never see me betting horses. I've never been to a racetrack in my life. Well, what's the name of the horse?
Malvino Rim.
A bum. A worn-out goat that hasn't won a race in years. Now, Blanche, what did you do it for? Did he win?
No, he ran second.
$50. Tossed away.
Why are you tearing up the ticket, John?
Because it's no good. I ought to make you eat the pieces. This is the worst thing you've ever done in your life, Blanche. At least you could have played him to place.
Well, don't throw the pieces away, John. What makes you so sure it's no good?
You played the horse to win, didn't you?
Yes.
And he ran second, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, then, the ticket is worthless. Here, watch your $50 go out the window. There. I knew you had something on your mind.
I'm sorry, John.
Well, what's the difference? Who won the race? Do you know?
Yeah, I heard it on the radio.
Well, who won it?
Disqualified.
Disqualified?
Yeah. The announcer said that the winner of the race was disqualified.
Oh, I wish I was dead.
Good night, John.
This has concluded tonight's episode of The Bickersons. Tune in tomorrow for another day in the life of this forever feuding family. Now, we are going to take to change the battery on our camera. Please come back in just a moment. Welcome back. And now we bring you a classic radio play which to this very day is considered one of the best suspense stories of its day. A mysterious phone call with a crossed connection, a plot to murder, or a misunderstanding. I give you our third offering for this evening. Good evening. This is the Man in Black. I am called the Man in Black because I have an aversion for light. I am here to introduce you to a program written by a woman who has looked into the darkest part of man. Murder. Tonight, from Orange Hall in the Richards Theater, we present a compelling study of terror written by Lucille Fletcher called Sorry, Wrong Number. It's about a woman who is caught in an unfortunate predicament involving the telephone company and the police. This program is not for the squeamish. Listen at your own risk.
Operator, I've been trying to call Murray Hill 40098 for the last half hour and it's been busy. I don't see how it could possibly be busy for that long. Could you try that number for me, please?
I'll be glad to try that number for you. One moment, please.
I don't see how it could be busy all that time. It's my husband's office and I'm all alone here in the house. My health is very poor and I've been feeling so nervous all day.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098.
Hello?
Hello? Is Mr. Stevenson there?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, George?
Yes, this is George speaking.
Hello? Who is this? What number am I calling, please?
I'm here with a client.
Oh, good. Is everything okay?
Yeah,
The
George.
coast clear for tonight?
Yeah. He says the coast is clear for tonight.
Okay.
Where are you right now?
In a phone booth. Don't worry, everything's okay.
Very well, you know the address.
Yes, I know. Let's see now. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around this corner to 2nd Avenue for a beer.
That's right. 11 o'clock, and be sure all the lights downstairs are out.
Okay.
There should be only one light visible from the street.
Okay.
What's that? Just a minute, George.
Gotcha.
Our client tells me that at 11:15 a train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case the window's open and she should scream.
Hello? What number is this, please?
Okay, I understand. That's 11:15, the train, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Do you remember everything else, George?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. As little blood as possible because our client does not wish to make her supper.
That's right. They'll use a knife?
Yeah, yes, and a knife. It'll be okay. Then afterwards, I'll remove the rings and the bracelets and the jewelry in the bureau because our client wishes it to look like a simple robbery. Don't worry, everything's okay. I know.
Oh, how awful. How unspeakably awful. Operator.
Your number, please.
Operator, I've just been cut off.
What number were you calling?
Well, operator, I was supposed to be calling Murray Hill 40098, but it wasn't. Some wires must have got crossed. I was cut into a wrong number, and I've just heard the most dreadful things. Something about a murder, and operator, you'll simply have to retrace that call at once.
I beg your pardon? May I help you?
I know it was the wrong number, and I had no business listening, but these two men, they were cold-blooded fiends, and they were going to murder somebody, some poor innocent woman who was all alone in a house near a bridge. And we've got to stop them. We've just got to.
What number are you dialing?
It doesn't matter what number I was calling. This was a wrong number, and you dialed it for me. And we've got to find out what it was immediately.
What number did you call?
Oh, why are you so stupid? What time is it? Do you mean to tell me that you can't find out what that number was just now?
I'll connect you to the chief operator.
I think it's perfectly shameful. Now look, it was obviously a case of some little slip of the finger. I told you to try Murray Hill 40098 for me. You dialed it, but your finger must have slipped. And I was connected with some other number, and I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Now I simply failed to see why you couldn't make that same mistake again, but on purpose. Why couldn't you try to dial Murray Hill 40098 in the same careless way?
Murray Hill 40098. I will try to get it for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Murray Hill 40098 is busy.
Operator.
Your call, please.
You didn't try to get that number wrong at all. I asked you explicitly, and all you did was dial correctly.
I'm sorry. What number are you calling?
Can't you for once forget what number I'm calling and do something for me? Now I want to trace that call. It's my civic duty and it's your civic duty to trace that call and apprehend those dangerous killers. And if you
I
won't...
will connect you with the chief operator.
Oh, please! All this talk can't make anyone understand.
This is the chief operator.
Oh, chief operator, I want you to trace a call, a telephone call, immediately. I don't know where it came from or who was making it, but it's absolutely necessary that it be tracked down. Because it was about a murder that someone's planning. A terrible, cold-blooded murder of a poor, innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Can you trace it for me? Can you track down those men?
Well, I'm not certain. It depends.
It depends on what?
It depends on whether the call is still going. If it's a live call, we can trace it on the equipment. If it's been disconnected, we can't.
Disconnected?
If the parties have stopped talking to each other.
Oh, but of course, they must have stopped talking to each other by now. That was at least 5 minutes ago. And they didn't sound like the type that would make a long call.
Well, I could try tracing it. May I have your name, please?
Mrs. Stevenson. Mrs. Albert Stevenson. But listen.
And your telephone number, please.
Plaza 32098. But if you go on wasting all of this time...
Why do you want this call traced?
Why? Oh, no reason. I merely felt very strongly that something ought to be done about it. These men sounded like killers. They're dangerous. They're going to murder this woman at 11:15 tonight. And I thought the police ought to know.
Have you reported this to the police?
Well, no, not yet.
You want this call checked purely as a private individual?
Yes, but meanwhile...
I'm sorry, Mrs. Stevenson, but I'm afraid we couldn't make this check for you and trace the call just on your say-so
But...
as a private individual.
Why?
We have to have something more official.
Oh, for heaven's sake. You mean to tell me I can't report there's going to be a murder without getting tied up in all this red tape? Why, it's perfectly yada-yada. Well, all right. I'll call the police.
I'm sure that will be the best way to deal with.
Ridiculous. I've never heard of such nonsense.
Your call, please.
Police department. Get me the police department, please.
Ringing the police department.
Oh, can't you bring them direct?
Police Station 43, Sergeant Martin speaking.
Police Department. This is Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Smythe Stevenson of 5353 North Sutton, please. I'm calling to report a murder.
Huh?
I mean, the murder hasn't been committed yet. I just overheard plans for it over the telephone, over a wrong number that the operator gave me. I've been trying to trace down the call myself, but everyone is so stupid, and I guess in the end, they're the only people who could do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly definite murder. I heard their plans distinctly. 2 men were talking, and they were going to murder some woman at 11:15 tonight, and she lived in a house near a bridge. Are you listening to me?
Huh? Oh, yes, ma'am.
And there was a private patrolman on the street. He was going to go around for a beer on 2nd Avenue. And there was some third man, a client, who was paying to have this poor woman murdered. They were going to take her rings and bracelets and use a knife, and, well, it's unnerved me dreadfully, and I'm not well.
Well, yeah, I see. When was all this, ma'am?
About 8 minutes ago. Oh, then you can do something. You do understand.
What's your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
And your address?
5353 North Sun Place. That's near a bridge, the Queensboro Bridge. And you know, we have a private patrolman in our street.
Oh, yeah?
And 2nd Avenue is...
And what was the number you were calling?
Murray Hill 40098, but that wasn't the number I overheard. I mean, Murray Hill 40098 is my husband's office.
Mm-hmm.
And he's working late tonight, and I was trying to reach him to ask him to come home.
Yeah?
I'm an invalid, you know, and it's the maid's night off, and I hate to be alone, even though he says...
Yeah, well...
As long as I have the telephone here right beside my bed.
Well... We'll look into it, Mrs. Stevenson, and we'll see if we can check with the telephone company.
The telephone company said they couldn't check the call. The party said stop talking. I've already taken care of that.
Oh, really? You have?
Yes, and personally, I feel you ought to do something more immediate and drastic than just check the call. What good does checking the call do if they stop talking? By the time you've tracked it down, they've already committed the murder.
Yeah, well, we'll take care of it. Don't you worry.
I say the whole thing calls for a search. A complete and thorough search of the whole city. I'm very near the bridge, and I'm not very far.
You said...
From 2nd Avenue, and I know I'd feel a whole lot better if you sent around a radio card to this neighborhood at once.
Oh, God. Well, what makes you think the murder is going to be committed in your neighborhood, lady?
Oh, well, I don't know. Only the coincidence is so horrible. 2nd Avenue, the patrolman, the bridge.
Yeah, well, 2nd Avenue, you know, is a very long street, lady. And you know how many bridges there are in New York City alone? Not to mention Brooklyn, Staten Island, the Queens, and the Bronx.
I know all of that.
How do you know it's not some little house on Staten Island on some little 2nd Avenue you never heard about? How do you even know they're talking about New York at all?
But I heard the call on the New York dialing system.
Well, maybe it was a long distance call you overheard.
No!
You know, telephones are funny things. Now look at it like this. Why don't you look at it like this, okay? Suppose you hadn't broken in that telephone call. Suppose you got your husband the way you always do. You wouldn't be so upset now, would you?
Well, I suppose not, but it sounded so inhuman, so cold-blooded.
Well, a lot of murders, you know, are plotted in the city every day, lady. We managed to prevent almost all of them. But a clue like this is basically good as no clue at all.
But surely you can do something.
Unless, of course, you think of some reason that this call was phony and somebody was planning to murder you.
Me? Oh, no, I hardly think so. I mean, why should anybody? I'm alone all day and night, and I see nobody except my maid Eloise, and she's a big 200-pounder. And she's too lazy to bring up my breakfast tray.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other person is my husband, Albert, and he's crazy about me. He adores me. He waits at my hand and foot.
Yeah.
He has scarcely left my side since I took sick 12 years ago.
Yeah, well, then there's nothing for you to worry about. And you just have to leave the rest of this to us. We'll take care of it.
Well, what will we do? It's so late, it's nearly 11 now.
We'll take care of it, lady.
Well, will you broadcast it all over the city and send out squads and warn your radio cars to watch out, especially in suspicious neighborhoods like mine?
Lady, I said we'll take care of it. Now look, I got some other things on my desk that I have to do right now, so good night, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, you idiot! Oh, why did I hang up the phone like that? I don't think I am a fool. Why doesn't Albert come home? Why doesn't he? I'll get the operator again.
Your call, please.
Operator, for heaven's sake, will you ring that Murray Hill 40098 number again? I can't think what's keeping him so long.
I will try it for you. I'm sorry. Murray Hill 40098 is busy. I will try.
I can hear it. You don't have to tell me. I know it's busy. Oh, if only I could get out of this bed for a little while. If I could get a breath of fresh air or just lean out the window and see the street. Hello? Hello? Albert? Hello? Hello? Oh, what's the matter with this phone? Hello? 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 Oh, for heaven's sake, who is this? Hello? 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 Who is trying to call me? What are they trying to do to me?
Your call, please.
Hello, operator. I don't know what's the matter with this telephone tonight, but it's positively driving me crazy. I've never seen such inefficient, miserable service. Now look, I'm an invalid, and I'm very nervous, and I'm not supposed to be annoyed, but if this keeps on much longer...
What seems to be the trouble?
Well, everything's wrong. I haven't had one bit of satisfaction out of one call I made this evening. The whole world could be murdered for all you people care, and now my phone keeps ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. Every 5 seconds or so, and when I pick it up, there's no one there.
I'm sorry. If you will hang up, I will test it for you.
I don't want you to test it for me. I want you to put that call through whatever it is at once.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Oh, you can. And why? Why may I ask?
The dial system is automatic. If someone is trying to dial your number, there is no way to check whether the call is coming through the system or not, unless the person who is trying to reach you complains to his particular operator.
Well, all of that's stupid. And meanwhile, I've got to sit here in my bed suffering every time that phone rings, imagining everything.
I will try to check the trouble for you.
Check it! Oh, what's the use of talking to you? You're so stupid! I'll fix her. How dare she speak to me like that? How dare she speak to me like that?
Your call, please.
Young woman, I don't know your name. There are ways of finding you out, and I'm going to report you to your superiors for the most unpardonable rudeness and insolence that has ever been my privilege. Oh, give me the business office at once.
You may dial that number direct.
Dial it direct? I'll do no such thing. I don't even know the number.
The number is in the directory, or you may ask.
Listen here. What's the use? Oh, for heaven's sake, I'm going out of my mind. Hello? Hello? Stop ringing me, do you hear? Answer me! Who is this? Do you realize you're driving me crazy? Who's calling me? What are you doing it for? Now stop it! Stop it! Stop it, I say! If you don't stop ringing me, I'm going to call the police. Do you hear? Hello? Hello? Oh, if Albert would only come home. Oh, let it ring. Let it go on ringing. I won't answer it. I won't answer it this time. If it goes on ringing all night, I won't answer it. I won't answer it. It stopped. Why did it stop ringing all of a sudden? What time is it? Where's my clock? Where is it? 5 to 11. They've decided something. They're sure I'm home. And they've heard my voice answering. That's why they've been ringing. Oh, where is she? Why doesn't she answer?
Your call, please.
Where were you just now? Why don't you answer? Give me the police department.
I'm sorry, the line is busy. I will call you.
Busy? That's impossible. The police department can't be busy. There must be other lines available.
The line is busy. I will try to get them for you later.
No, I've got to speak to them now. It may be too late. I've got to talk to somebody.
What number do you wish to speak to?
I don't know, but there must be someone to protect people besides the police department, a detective agency.
You will find agencies listed in the classified directory.
I don't have a classified. I mean, I'm too nervous to look it up. I don't know how to use the book.
I will connect you with information. Perhaps she will be able to help you.
No! Oh, you're being spiteful, aren't you? You don't care what happens to me. I can die, and you won't care. Oh, stop it! Stop it! I can't stand it anymore! Hello? What do you want? Stop ringing! Will you stop?
Hello, is this Plaza 32099?
Yes, this is Plaza 32099.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here for Mrs. Albert Stevenson. Is there anyone there to receive the message?
I'm Mrs. Stevenson.
The telegram is as follows. Mrs. Albert Stevenson, 53 North Sutton Place, New York, New York. Darling, terribly sorry. Tried to get you for last hour, but line busy. Leaving for Boston 11 p.m. tonight on urgent business. Back tomorrow afternoon. Keep happy. Love, signed, Albert.
Oh, no.
Do you wish us to deliver a copy of the message?
No. No, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Good night.
Good night. No. Oh, I don't believe it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Nobody knows I'll be alone. It's some trick. It's some trick. I know it.
Your number, please.
Operator, try that number, Murray Hill 40098 for me. Just once more, please.
You may dial that number direct.
Oh! 9 8. Oh no. You're gone. Oh, Albert, how could you? How could you? Oh, but I can't stay home alone tonight. I can't. If I'm alone one more second, I'll go mad. I don't care what he says or what the expense is. I'm a sick woman and I'm entitled to some consideration.
This is information. How may I help you?
I want the telephone number at Penchley Hospital.
Penchley Hospital. Do you have the street address?
No, it's somewhere in the 70s. It's a very small and private exclusive hospital where I had my appendix out 2 years ago. Henchley, Henchly.
1 moment, please.
Please hurry, and please, what is the time?
You may find out the time by dialing Meridian 71212.
I got no time to be dialing.
The number for Henchley Hospital is Butterfield 89970.
Is that Henchley Hospital?
Henchley Hospital?
Nurses registry.
Who is it that you want to speak to?
I want the nurses registry at once. I want a trained nurse. I want to hire her immediately for the night.
I see. What is the nature of the case, madam?
Nerves. I'm very nervous. I need soothing and companionship. You see, my husband is away and I'm...
Have you been recommended to us by any doctor in particular, madam?
No, but I really don't see why all of this is necessary. I want a trained nurse. I was a patient in your hospital 2 years ago, and after all, I do expect to pay this person for attending me.
We quite understand that, madam, but these are war times, you know. Registered nurses are very scarce just now, and our superintendent has asked us to send people out only on cases where the physician in charge feels that it is absolutely necessary.
Well, it is absolutely necessary. I'm a sick woman, and I'm very upset. Very. I'm all alone in this house, and I'm an invalid, and tonight I overheard a telephone conversation that upset me dreadfully. A woman is going to be killed when a train crosses a bridge. In fact, if someone doesn't come at once, I'm afraid I'll go out of my mind.
Well, I'll speak to Miss Phillips as soon as she comes in. And what is your name, madam?
Miss Phillips? When do you expect her to come in?
I really couldn't say. She went out to supper at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock? But it's not 11 yet. Oh, my clock has stopped. I thought it was running down. What time is it?
Just 15 minutes past 11.
What was that?
What was what, madam?
That click just now in my own telephone. As though someone had lifted the receiver off the hook. Off the extension telephone downstairs.
I didn't hear it, madam. Now, about this nurse...
But I did! There's someone in this house. Someone downstairs in the kitchen. And they're listening to me now. They're listening. I won't pick it up. I won't let them hear me. I'll be quiet. And they'll think, oh, but if I don't call someone, now while they're still down there, there'll be no time. I've got to get that operator.
Your call, please.
Operator, I am in desperate trouble.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. Please speak louder.
I don't dare speak loud. There's someone listening. Can you hear me now?
I'm sorry.
But you've got to hear me, please. You've got to help me. There's someone in this house. Someone who's going to murder me. And you've got to get in touch with... There it is. Did you hear it? He's put it down. He's put down the extension phone. He's coming up the stairs. Give me the police department.
One moment, please. I will connect you.
Okay, hurry. I can hear her. Oh no, please. Oh God, hurry.
Police Department, Precinct 53, Sergeant Martin speaking.
Police department? I'm sorry. Must have got the wrong number. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
Sorry, Wrong Number was originally produced and broadcast live by Columbia Broadcasting on May 25th, 1943, starring the legendary actress of the legitimate theater, Miss Agnes Moorehead. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and it is now intermission. We will be back in 10 short minutes. Up next will be another great episode of Baby Snooks and Daddy. See you then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We'd like to start things off with a light comedy from the early 40s which featured the legendary Fanny Bryce. Tonight, the mischievous Baby Snooks will be played by Sarandon Shinden, and Brian Brown will play Daddy. What trouble will Baby Snooks get into this time?
J-E-L-L-O.
Jell-O, in those 6 delicious flavors. Jell-O puddings for old-fashioned homemade goodness brings you Baby Snooks. Yes, it's the Baby Snooks Show, starring Sarandon Shinden as Baby Snooks and Brian Brown as Daddy. Brought to you each week by Jell-O and Jell-O puddings. Well, I guess I don't have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that last night was Halloween. I don't know what you did, but here's what happened in the Higgins home. The family was just finishing dinner.
Mommy, can I please go?
No, you may not. Snooks, I've told you a dozen times you can't go out tonight.
But it's Halloween!
I know it. That's why you're staying home, so you can't get into any trouble.
But all the kids will be out!
Snooks, you heard your mother. The subject is closed.
Can't we open it just a teeny?
No. Tonight of all nights, I want to spend a quiet, restful evening.
Why?
Because there's a doctor coming over at 9 o'clock. He's going to examine me for insurance.
Do you think he'll find any?
Very funny.
More chocolate cake, Lancelot?
No thanks, dear. Not with the doctor coming. At my age, it doesn't pay to stuff myself.
I want some chocolate cake.
Snooks, you've had 3 pieces. Do you really want some more?
Yeah, at my age, it don't make any difference.
Yep, I think I'll go lie in the other room. I've had a hard day and I like to relax a little bit before the doctor gets here.
Go ahead, dear. I'll clear off the table.
Oh boy, that couch looks good.
Daddy?
What is it?
If I promise to stay in front of the house.
No.
Please?
No.
Ugh.
Now please, leave me alone. I'm gonna take a nap.
But it's Halloween outside.
It's Halloween inside too. And you won't get into any trouble. Now, I want no further discussion on the subject. Yep, this couch is the best buy I ever made. Whew, I could sleep for a week if my nerves would just let go. Oh, hope it doesn't show up in my blood pressure. Oh, now what's the big idea, Snooks?
I put on my Halloween mask. Ain't it pretty?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, can you go away and let me sleep? The doctor will be here in an hour. Perhaps you don't understand how important this is.
Perhaps I don't.
Well, it's not myself I'm doing this for. It's for you and the family. Insurance is protection. If anything happens to me, you'll get a lot of money.
How much?
Oh, maybe $10,000.
Daddy?
What?
Can I have a dime in advance?
No. You've already had your allowance this week.
I'll give the dime right back to you.
When?
When I get the $10,000.
Snooks, I don't think you know what you're saying. You only collect insurance if something happens to the insured.
What could happen?
Why, hundreds of things. And there's a different type of policy to cover each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I got life, health, accident. Why, you could even insure a finger.
My little finger?
Why, yes. Now suppose you lost your finger.
How can I lose it? It's stuck onto me.
Well, I didn't mean you'd leave it lying around somewhere. But suppose you accidentally cut off your finger. Well, what would you happen?
I could only count up to 9?
No, you could collect on it. Let's say it's my finger.
Yeah.
Well, if it should happen to get cut off, the company would pay $1,000.
$1,000 for your little finger?
Yes, sir.
Let's cut it off.
Snooks, please, now go away and let me sleep. My blood pressure's bad enough.
Can't the doctor fix it, Daddy?
This doctor isn't coming here to fix things. He's coming here to look me over. Whatever he finds wrong, he'll report to his company.
I don't like that doctor.
Why not?
He's a snitch.
He's not a snitch.
He is too. He's a dirty old, mean old, dirty old snitch.
Oh, Snooks, for the love of heaven, leave me alone. Now go away.
Where?
Anywhere.
All right, I'll go outside.
No, you don't. Go someplace else else in the house. I'm trying to take a nap.
I want to take a nap.
Well, now, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I suppose you run up to your bedroom and lie down.
No, I want to lie next to you on the couch.
You can't.
I want to lie next to you on the couch.
Oh, all right, all right. Look, I suppose it's the only way I can get any sort of rest. Oh, come on now. Lie here next to Daddy and go to sleep.
All right. Good night, little daddy.
Good night.
Daddy?
Yes.
I think I got insomnia.
Well, just lie here quietly and don't disturb me.
All right. Daddy?
What is it?
What's insomnia?
Listen, Snooks, if you can't fall asleep, then count sheep.
Little woolly sheep?
Yes.
With big brown eyes?
Yes.
I don't like sheep.
Well, count kangaroos jumping over a fence.
I like kangaroos better.
Oh, good.
11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25.
All right, let's have it. Now, what happened to 14, 19, 23?
They tripped?
Oh, that settles it. Snooks, if I hear one more peep out of you, I'm going to take off my belt. And you know what'll happen then.
Your pants will fall down.
No! I'll give you a tanning, that's what. Now, either you take a nap or suffer the consequences.
But Daddy!
Not a sound.
But Daddy, I just...
Now, you heard me. Don't even open your mouth. I could get more rest in a boiler factory. Oh, just to close my eyes for 15 minutes. Oh, for Pete's sake!
I didn't do it!
Well, go and see who it is.
All right. Hi, Snooks. Oh, hello, Phoebe. Can you come out for Halloween? Shh! Not so loud, Phoebe. My daddy's asleep on the sofa. But all the kids are outside. Why don't you ask him? I did ask him, and he won't let me. Shall I ask him? No, you'll wake him up. Can't you see he's asleep? Well, what's he doing sleeping so early? He's waiting for a man to come and see him. About what? About cutting off his little finger. Gee, he don't snore like my daddy does. Oh, sometimes he snores. Sometimes he even whistles. Does he talk in his sleep too? Yeah. Does yours? No. That's what makes my mother so mad. He just mumbles. Poor tired little old daddy. Don't you look pretty sleeping on the couch? Yeah, I guess we better not wake him up. No, I wouldn't wake him up. I wouldn't wake him up for anything in the whole world!
Oh, for goodness sake, I give up.
Did you have a nice little rest, Daddy?
Great. With you two kids jabbering in my ears.
Phoebe wanted me to wake you up, but I wouldn't do it. I just wanted to know if Snooks could come out, Mr. Higgins. It's Halloween and...
All right, go ahead. Shoo, both of you, get out of the house.
Come on, Snooks, before he changes his mind. All right, bye, Daddy.
Oh, I should have done that an hour ago. Maybe I'd gotten some rest. Now I'm so wide awake, my nerves are screaming.
That's what. Was that you yelling?
Yes. Oh, my defenses just collapsed. I held out as long as I could, but I'm only human.
What do you mean?
I let Snooks go out.
Oh, well, it is Halloween after all. Maybe it's for the best.
It's not for the best. Well, every Halloween it's the same thing. Life and property aren't worth 2 cents with those kids chasing around the streets.
Well, what do you plan to do about it? Eliminate the holiday?
No, but I can teach our daughter a lesson. You see this mask I'm wearing?
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Great. Well, maybe the mask isn't so bad, but when I put on these false tusks...
Oh, Lancelot, that's horrible!
Pretty frightening, isn't it? Well, you wait here. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Where are you going?
Now to teach these kids a lesson. I'll give them such a scare they'll never want to go out on Halloween again.
Go ahead, ring it. I did. Someone's coming. Trick or treat, trick or treat.
Well, if it isn't two little goblins of my doorstep.
Hello, Mrs. Wilcox.
What's this trick-or-treat business?
Well, you gotta treat us to something, or we'll play a trick on you. Yeah!
You know, I sort of suspected this might happen tonight. So, I've got a treat all ready for you. Come inside. Here it is, kids. Right on the table.
Oh boy! Orange Jell-O! With cream! And little pieces of fruit inside!
That's right, children. It's a Jell-O Jell-O Halloween special. Oh, Snooks. That looks like a dish of sunshine all dressed up, doesn't it? It just tastes the wonderful flavor. But hey, don't eat so fast. That's the famous locked-in Jell-O flavor, you know? Sealed in by a special process so it's safe and sound till your first big spoonful. Makes you think of a real ripe fruit, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
You know, I can't think of a thing I like better than a dish of Jell-O. Can you?
Yeah, another dish.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I'll have to do for now. When the sugar shortage is over and there's lots of Jell-O again, you can come around and I'll give you 6 dishes. One of each of the 6 delicious Jell-O flavors. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. How's that?
Oh, boy!
And now, if you 2 goblins have finished gobbling, just put a mark on my door and leave me alone for the rest of the night, eh?
Thank you, Mrs. Wilcox. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, kids. Happy Halloween.
Well, who's next? Let's try the house on the corner. Okay, come on.
Hi, Snooks. Hi, Phoebe.
Who are you?
It's me, Roger.
Oh.
You didn't recognize me with this pumpkin on my head, did ya?
Gee, is that a real pumpkin?
Sure.
Ain't it uncomfortable?
Well, it was a little warm at first, but it's better now that I put the candles out. Hey, come on, let's go down to the drugstore and see what we can get.
Yeah, swell!
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
I saw something move behind that tree.
It looks like a man. No, it's an animal. It's got big long teeth sticking out of its mouth. Oh, we're so scared. Here it comes. Run for your lives.
Little children should be home in bed. Well, that ought to teach them.
Hey, what's the big idea, bud?
Huh?
Haven't you got anything better to do than go around scaring kids?
Look, friend, I suggest you mind your own business. One of those kids happens to be my daughter.
Well, one of those kids happens to be my son, and I don't like any overgrown April Fool's tusk running around scaring me.
I did it for their own good. Every Halloween, those kids go out and get into trouble. Besides, I don't like your attitude.
Oh, you don't, huh?
No.
Say that again.
I don't like your attitude.
Next time, try to scare somebody your own size. So long, punk.
What's this? Oh, my teeth. They're the false ones.
Hello, Daddy. What are you lying on the gutter for?
I tripped and fell down.
Gee, that's funny.
Well, now what's funny about it?
You must have tripped just when that man hit you.
You tell me something. Who was that man?
That was Mr. Hopkins, Roger's father.
Well, where does he live?
Right on the corner. Why?
Oh, never mind. Come on. Any man who punches your father does so at his own risk.
Why didn't you sock him back?
Well, because I've got a brain in my head, that's why. Now suppose I did punch him. With the tremendous power I generate, I could have easily broken my hand. Well, 9 chances out of 10, that hand wouldn't have healed straight. Oh, and there I am, faced with the prospect of never playing the piano again.
Oh, but Daddy.
What?
You don't know how to play the piano.
Mind your own business. Now pick up that rock.
All right, here. What are we writing?
No, just a little note.
A little note?
Yes. You see, I'm gonna throw a scare into that bully. Now, do you see that window in Hopkins' living room? The one that's open?
Yeah.
Well, I take the rock, thusly, and I attach the note with a rubber band, thusly, and I drop back my arm, thusly, and with uncanny accuracy, I toss it through the open living room window.
Thusly?
Guess my aim isn't what it used to be. Come on, let's go home.
That was fun, Daddy.
Don't say anything about it to your mother. Well, come on. We'll just sit in the living room and as though nothing happened.
What did it say, Daddy?
What?
The note you tied to the rock.
Oh, I just thought I'd worry him a bit. He won't figure that one out in a hurry. All the note said was, guess who?
That's a good one, Daddy.
Yeah, that was pretty clever. Oh, what was that?
It's a rock. It came through the window, and there's a note on it.
What does it say?
It says, who?
Oh, okay. Wants to play games, does he? Well, two can play at that game.
Can three play?
Yes. Now, come on.
Lancelot, what happened? What was that? Good heavens, who broke our window?
Vandals, Vera. Irresponsible hoodlums. While a law-abiding citizen like myself hasn't a chance on Halloween.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I have to chase him away. Come on, let's go, Snooks. Now quiet, Snooks. Inch your way forward a little.
Daddy?
What?
I'm tired of crawling on my stomach.
Well, this is the way they do it in the army. Now, if you don't want to be seen, you crawl forward on your stomach.
Yeah, but not down the middle of the sidewalk.
The idea is that we don't want them to see us from the house.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know yet. Oh, wait, I've got it. Now, you see this gate here?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you see the garage over there?
Yeah?
Well, if Mr. Hopkins wants to use his gate tomorrow morning, he's gonna have to climb up on the garage to do it.
You're so smart, Daddy.
You can say that again.
You're so smart?
Never mind. Let's go to work. Home sweet home.
Gee, that gate looks funny on top of the garage.
Yes, it did, didn't it? No, but I don't want you to get the wrong idea from all this. Well, certain things are merely mischievous pranks. Others have a purpose behind them. You understand?
No.
Well, let's put it this way. Your daddy has never been a believer in a policy of appeasement.
Neither have I.
Oh, that's the way I like to hear you talk.
What does appeasement mean?
Well, when someone strikes you and you don't strike back, that's appeasement.
How do you like that?
What?
I've been appeasing you and Mommy for years.
Well, off to bed with you, Snooks. After that gate episode, I don't think we're going to hear from Mr. Hopkins again tonight.
I want to stay up and see what else happens next.
Oh, rest your pretty little head.
My pretty little head?
Well, your little head. Nothing's going to happen next. Our friend Mr. Hopkins has shot his bolt. Oh, did you hear something, Snooks?
Yeah, what was it?
I don't know. Oh, the window seemed to be okay.
Yeah?
Oh, well, that must be the doctor. Go answer the door, Snooks. Well, why not?
There is no door to answer.
What? No door?
It's gone.
Oh, that does it. He wants trouble. All right, he'll get all he's looking for. I got it. A brilliant idea. Run into the kitchen, Snooks, and get some hamburger, a pail of water, and your mother's flat iron.
What do you want with it?
Now, don't ask questions. Just get them.
All right.
Now, before I pay Mr. Hopkins a visit, I'm going to prepare a little reception for him in case he returns. Now, first, this rope stretched across the front stoop and up over the trellis. Now, hurry up, Snooks.
I'm coming, Daddy.
And now another rope stretched this way.
Here you are, Daddy.
Oh, thanks, Snook. Now, I just put the flat iron up here, and the bucket of water goes up on this side, and, you get the fiendish ingenuity to it?
No.
Well, if an unexpected visitor, say Mr. Hopkins, walks across this side of the porch, he gets a flat iron on his noggin. On the other hand, if he trips the rope on this side, he gets a refreshing bath of aquapura.
Who gets the hamburger?
I think this hamburger will interest some of the many dogs in our neighborhood. To arms, Snooks, the Higgins ride again!
Yeah, let's go to the dogs! Gee, Daddy, I bet we got 50 dogs following us.
Oh, well, quit patting them. Now Now, just keep dangling that hamburger. Oh, and stop nibbling at it.
Can I have a little taste?
Oh, well, why do you want to eat raw hamburger for?
I just want to find out what they see in it.
Oh, you'll find out when we toss it through Hopkins' front door. Now, come on. There's the house. Now, here's the strategy, Snooks. One of us knocks on the front door. When the door opens, the other one throws the meat inside. The dogs follow the meat, and Hopkins' living room becomes a bedlam. You got it?
We throw the meat inside, and Hopkins' living room becomes a bedroom.
Not a bedroom, a bedlam.
When's it bedlam?
Oh, never mind. Now go up and knock on that door, Snooks.
All right.
Now run, Snooks. Here you are, Hopkins. Some groceries.
What's that, Mrs. Hopkins? Oh, that doesn't sound possible. You mean you were sitting in your living room minding your own business and my husband threw a pound of raw hamburger in your face? Oh, really, Mrs. Hopkins? My husband wouldn't do a thing like that. Well, it's probably just another Halloween prank. Well, I don't know what you're complaining about. You should see my house. Windows broken, the front door gone, and the... Good heavens, Mrs. Hopkins! I've got to hang up. A strange man has staggered in here and fell unconsciously at my feet.
Get me a doctor.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor. The insurance doctor.
Oh, you poor man. What happened?
Somebody hit me with a flat iron.
Oh, dear. Oh, here comes my husband. He'll help you.
No, what's the trouble, dearest?
What happened, Mommy?
Oh, Lancelot, this poor man is the insurance doctor. Somebody hit him with a flat iron.
Oh, a flat iron? Shocking.
Oh, Daddy, that must have been the flat iron.
Snooks, run to the kitchen and go get the doctor a glass of water.
All right.
Oh, my head.
Okay, doctor, up we go. On your feet. There. How do you feel now?
A little wobbly, thanks, but I guess I'll be all right. Are you Mr. Higgins?
Yes. Would you prefer to skip the examination for tonight?
No, as long as I'm here, I might as well get it over with. I'll get my bag. It's out in the car.
Oh, fine. Oh, doctor, look out for the other...
Ow! Oh, that poor man. Lancelot, who put that water bucket up there?
Vandals.
Daddy!
Oh, get out of the way, Snooks. I've got to drag the doctor back in. Oh, how do you feel, old man?
Oh, my head. What's going on here?
Here, drink some water. Give me that glass of water, Snooks.
I didn't get it!
You didn't get it? I told you to bring a glass of water for the doctor. Why didn't you get it?
I was scared!
Oh, now what could you possibly be scared of?
There's a horse in the kitchen!
A horse?
Yeah!
Ridiculous. Now what would a horse be doing in the kitchen?
In the curtains!
Good heavens, there is a horse in the kitchen!
Not anymore! He's coming right here!
Stand back, everybody. Oh, look out, doctor. The horse is going to step on you.
He did step on him!
Oh, the poor man. I hope he carries insurance. Oh.
He's gone! Out the front door!
Are you all right, doctor? Come on, let me help you up.
Oh, what a house. Help me to my car. I want to go home.
Oh, sure, doctor. I'm terribly sorry.
He's out again!
Well, what hit him?
A rock! It just came through the window!
Oh, another one, eh? Oh, and there's a note attached to it. What does it say?
It says, thanks for the dog. Here's a horse on you.
Oh, why that low-down, dirty...
Lancelot, what is this all about? What's going on here tonight?
I'll explain it to you later, Vera. Meanwhile, there's work to be done. Come on, Snooks.
All right, what are we gonna do this time, Daddy?
Oh, this time he gets the works. It's a little trick I learned in college called the sunken living room. It's fiendish in its simplicity. Well, I merely climb a tree beside his house and drop the end of a garden hose down his chimney.
And turn it on?
You guessed it.
Snooks, where are you running to? I can't talk to you now, Phoebe. I gotta call the fire department. What for? My daddy stuck head first in Mr. Hopkins' chimney. He fell out of a tree. Well, what are you calling the fire department for? To get him out. I don't think they'll come, Snooks, unless there's a fire. There is a fire, all right. Mr. Hopkins is building it in his fireplace. My
Well, Snooks has done it again. She's really wonderful. And we hope you'll be with us tomorrow when Snooks gets going in another one of her amazing adventures. Until then, remember, Jell-O and Jell-O puddings. Snooks, what do you say about Jell-O?
Just a taste of Jell-O pudding, or of Jello. And you know it's the one and only Jello. I like it.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Baby Snooks and Daddy. Tune in tomorrow for more Snooks hijinks in the Easter suit. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this quick technical break. And now for something dark and disturbing. Our next piece was written and presented in 1949. It is considered by many to be the first ever found footage script. In this play, a radio host is going into a haunted house with a wire recorder. What he captures is not of this world. We now present to your listening pleasure, or horror, Ghost Hunt. Now, Autolite and its 60,000 dealers and service stations present Suspense. Tonight, Autolite brings you yours truly in Ghost Hunt, a suspense play produced and directed by Anton M. Leader. Didn't that leave you high, huh? Let me feeling treetop tall. That was Louis Armstrong's I Can't Give You Anything But Love. And that's all for the Hot and Mellow Hour tonight. Yes, this is Smiley Smith, your favorite disc jockey. I hope here at Hot and Mellow Hour will be your home for the season. I'll be back tomorrow night, minus the music, but with a little surprise for you. Tomorrow night, Friday night, as you know, is stunt night here at Station WXP. And have I got a stunt for you? Last week, you remember, I planted my wire recorder in a steam room at a ladies' Turkish bath. I let you listen in on that playback, remember? Well, tonight, as I leave the studio, do you know where I'm going? Huh? Your old pal Smiley is gonna spend tonight in the haunted house on a spooky hunt. You heard me, a spooky hunt in a haunted house. I'm bringing my little wire recorder along with me, and if you tune in tomorrow evening at this time, you'll learn what it's like to spend a night in a haunted house. Ain't that something? A real haunted house? No kidding! 4 people, 4, are known to have committed suicide there. So, tune in tomorrow night and share a real thrill with your old pal Smiley I Must Be Crazy Smith. Good night.
Care for a cigar, Mr. Thorpe? I've got some cigars in the dash there.
No.
Well, there's no reason to carry a chip on your shoulder, Mr. Thorpe.
Oh, really? Well, I don't like this fool stunt.
Why, I don't see it as a fool stunt at all. I really don't. I think it's the only way you're gonna unload this house. Ordinary selling methods won't work in a case like this. Now, don't forget the reputation saddling this house. 4 suicides since 1939. You know what people call it, the death trap.
Yes. It's a lot of nonsense.
Well, sure, but try to convince people of that. Anyway, when this disc jockey offered me the chance to kill these rumors about the death, about the property, well, naturally I jumped up and took him up on it, especially since it didn't cost a cent.
You're sure about that? I'm not liable for a penny.
Not a cent. We're doing him a favor letting him use the place, he said. Thanked me for the chance last night when I drove him out here. So one hand washes the other, as the fella said. He gets a chance to pull off a stunt, and the wire recording will prove to people that the property is A number 1, and we increase the chance of selling the place.
Well, as long as it doesn't cost me anything.
Not a thing. He's using his own recorder, and I'm paying for a rental of a couple of walkie-talkies he hooked up to it.
Well, what about this, Dr. Reed? Does she charge anything?
She comes gratis, too. Dr. Reed is, whatchamacallit, a psychic investigator, or belongs to a couple of societies that do nothing but hunt ghosts. Well, she showed me articles she'd written about it on some magazines. Well, here's the house. Looks real nice in the sunshine, don't it? Man, smell that sea breeze.
You don't have to sell me. Well, let them know we're here.
Huh, probably asleep, up all night and everything.
Well, why don't they come out? You think they've gone?
Oh, I told them last night I'd picked them up around 11. Oh, Smith! Hey, Smiley! Dr. Reed! Yeah, fast asleep. Well, I guess we'd better go and wake them up.
Of course, they may have taken the bus back to town.
Oh, no, it's a 2-mile hike back to the main highway. Strange. Oh, Smith! Hey! Smiley! Where are you? Oh, wake up now!
You don't suppose...
Oh, no. Smith! Dr. Reed!
What's that clicking noise from in there?
Huh. Why, that's his wire recorder. He left it running. These machines cost a lot of money. No. Doesn't he care? He's using up his batteries?
Well, where is he? And where's this Reed?
Oh, maybe they're upstairs. Smith! Hey! Anybody home?
They must have walked to the highway and taken the bus.
Well, he wouldn't have left his machine.
Well, where are they then? Where are they?
Don't get excited, Mr. Thorpe.
Don't tell me not to get excited. If something happened to them in my house, I'm liable.
All right. You try this side, and I'll try that one.
All right. Smiley! Smith! Oh, McDonald, come here.
What? Oh, no. Reed. Oh, Dr. Reed. Don't touch him. Mr. Thorpe, you'll get hands all blood.
Blood? Is she dead?
I can still feel her pulse, but we better get her to the hospital and fast now. Care for a cigar, Mr. Thorpe?
No, thanks.
Why not try to relax? Well, the nurse said Reed would be all right as soon as she had a blood transfusion.
You told the radio station to be sure and call us as soon as they had any word about Smiley?
Yes, I told them. Now, why don't you sit down?
Oh, I'm at all 6s and 7s. What do you suppose happened out there?
Well, we're gonna know in just a second. Well, just as soon as I can get this recorder set up.
You don't suppose Smith and Reed got into a fight, do you?
Well, that? A fight? I don't know.
Well, what's wrong? Won't it work?
Yeah, no, it worked. Now, take it easy.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. Y'all set, Dr. Reed? Mr. McDonald. Oh, all right. Here we go. This is Smiley Smith speaking. Smiley Smith, the ghost hunter. I don't know whether to hope if this all turns out a success for the sake of the program or a failure for my own sake. Anyway, all the preparations have been made now, and it's up to the spooks. I'd better tell you where we are. Right now, we're standing on a lawn of a house about, I don't know, 12 miles, I would say, above Malibu Beach. The ocean's about 100 feet away, straight down. This house is perched right on a cliff. There's a sheer drop of about 100 feet or so right into the old Pacific. Maybe you can hear the surf pounding. Here, I'll turn up the volume. Hear it? Yeah, I'm gonna have you meet two people who are here with me. Incidentally, we are the only people around for miles and miles. First, I'd like you to meet Dr. Clara Reed of the British and American Psychical Research Guild. Dr. Reed is a famous investigator of psychic phenomena, and I'm very honored to be associated with her on this ghost hunt. She's smiling in a sort of embarrassed way.
Oh, you're much too kind, Mr. Smith.
Dr. Reed has conducted experiments in this field with great believers of spiritualism, such as Oliver Lodge and Arthur Conan Doyle. She looks a bit like Marlene Dietrich. You don't object to that, do you, Doctor?
No, indeed.
And she's dressed in this, what looks like a sort of hunter safari outfit. Dr. Reed is so enthusiastic about ghost hunting that she's got out of sickbed just to be with us this evening.
Excuse me, my lungs. Plus for C, you know, I suffered tuberculosis as a child.
Yeah, well, anyway, Dr. Reed and I are here on the lawn looking at the house. Can't see much. It's around 11 p.m. now, and it seems to be a rambling sort of house, 2 stories high. Since it was built, there have been 4 suicides here, is that right?
That's right.
Now, into the mic, please.
4 suicides since 1939.
I better tell them who you are so they don't think you're a ghost, huh? Anyways, standing with the doc and me is a real estate agent, Mr. Charles McDonald. He handles this property, and he can tell you a lot more about it than I can.
Well, the house was built by a man named Martin, Toby Martin to be exact, in Orange Grove. Built the house as a wedding present for his wife. A month after they moved in, she took her own life. On the day of a funeral, he committed suicide the same way. There have been 2 other cases since then, and I'm sure...
Did they all jump in the ocean?
Yeah, well, all 4 of them, right over there. The last one was actually seen doing it about 3 years ago. He was seen running like all get out toward the edge of the cliff, and he was shouting and laughing and yelling as though there were people beside him running right along with him.
That's insane. I mean, are you kidding?
No, it's a fact. He was laughing and yelling and running, and when he got to the edge, right over there, he jumped and never came above the water.
Well, that's against as good an argument against cold baths as I've ever heard.
Since then, people just refuse to live in this house. Silly, I call it. Anyway, if you and Dr. Reed find any sign of a spook, I'll get the owner to pull the house down and rebuild. But if you don't find anything, well, I'm hoping this will convince folks that there's a real buy. Well, okay, Mr. Smith, you and the doctor are on your own now. I'll be by in the morning to pick you up, say about 11.
All right. Goodbye, Mr. McDonald. I hope there's something left for you to pick up in the morning. Well, folks, it is almost pitch black out. I guess Dr. Reed and I ought to begin. I don't believe in ghosts. Never have. But what I say is this. If you're dead set on looking for them, this is a dandy place to do it. So long. All right, folks, Mr. McDonald just checked out. And then there were 2. Well, 3. My dog. Oh yeah, folks. I have my dog with me, Jeff. He's a wire-haired terrier. He's 3 years old and he can't talk. Say hello, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Say hello, Jeff. Jeff, come on. Say hello. Come on. Well, anyway, he's a wire-haired terrier, and he's 3 years old. Should we go inside now, Dr. Reed?
I was about to suggest it.
Now, how do we hunt ghosts, Doctor? How do we do it, huh?
We don't really hunt them. If there should be any in the house, they will come to us.
How cozy.
And please, not ghost. Do not refer to them as ghost. We know them as apparitions.
Apparitions. All right, I'll remember. I've no desire to hurt their feelings. Where ghosts are concerned, I say, live and let live. Well, we've opened the front door now. Maybe you heard the hinge squeak a little. Now we're standing here looking in. Can't see much. Smells sort of, musty, damp. What's the matter, Jeff? Oh, what's the matter, boy? Come on, Jeff. Oh, come on now, come on. My dog seems to object to entering the house. He has all 4 feet braced and he's straining against the leash. Come on.
Perhaps he senses something we don't.
Like apparitions, maybe.
Yes, it's not unusual. Animals lack the veneer of sophistications we humans possess. They are more sensitive to such emanations.
Yeah, well, come on, Jeff. Jeff, stop this nonsense. He probably smells a mouse or a rat or something. I don't know. Come on, Jeff. We're going in, whether you like it or not. All right, folks. There's a short entrance hall, and over there at the end of it looks like the beginning of a flight of stairs leading up to the 2nd floor. Jeff! And over there to the left is what seems to be a large reception room. We're entering this room now. Let's see. There are windows over there, French windows, and through them I can see right into the ocean. The electricity hasn't been turned on, so all I can see by is a flashlight, and not a very powerful one at that. Right. Dr. Reed is now adjusting her walkie-talkie. It's hooked up to my recorder so she can cut in while she's hunting and tell us what she's found. Here's a few words from the doc before she sets forth on her investigation through the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Smith has introduced me as a ghost hunter. He spoke, I think, in a spirit of skepticism and levity. I'd like to assure you all that my purposes here are serious. I have spent my entire life seeking reliable proof of the appearances of apparitions.
And have you ever seen any?
I have seen phenomena which leads me to believe in the possibility of their existence, although I have never seen any. I account myself sensitive to the evidence of their existence. This house, for example, affects me profoundly. It doesn't seem to affect you in the same way.
Well, I'm not too happy about all this, if that's what you mean.
You are not psychic, and therefore not sensitive to these matters as I am. I imagine the question that's in the minds of those of you listening to us is, shall we find apparitions? I don't know, but I feel they are here, and that they are evil. I sense danger. I shall soon know.
Dr. Reed's leaving the room now, going to take a tour of the house. First thing I'm going to do is open the windows and let some fresh air in. Feels better already. Cooler anyway. I know that. What was that? A bat. A bat just flew in the room. I think it was a bat, not a bird. I didn't actually see it. Just a shadow as it hit my face. So, there it is again. It touched me as it passed. Jeff, come back here. Jeff, you bulldog, come back here. Dr. Reed.
Reed speaking. What is it, Smith?
Jeff has run off. My dog, he just jumped through the window and he ran off.
Oh, well, so I told you he sent something about this house, didn't I?
Yeah. You want to come and see if you can determine what it was exactly that set him off?
Soon. I'm making my way slowly up the stairs toward the second floor now. I'm halfway up. I'll be down with you soon.
Well, folks, my dog's run away. You probably heard him howling, but he jumped through the window and he just took off. Never did anything like that before. Frightened by the bat, I guess. Personally, alone here in this big room, I can understand how he must have felt. This is not a cheerful spot by any means, and I may not be psychic, but I sure have a feeling this house doesn't want us here.
Read again. Excuse me. I have something of great interest to report. I am now standing in an alcove on the second floor, trying to recover my breath. As I reached the head of the stairs, I felt what I think is a definite psychic manifestation. I felt suddenly as though I had been punched in the solar plexus. That's the only way I can describe it. At the same time, I began to perspire. Now my head is still swimming slightly. I have difficulty in swallowing. My pulse rate is around 110 at the minute. The sense of evil is very strong. I feel very, what shall I say, profoundly depressed.
Doc, you want me up there?
No. I prefer to remain up here alone. The presence of a disbeliever such as you might interfere with my investigation.
Folks, I'd like you to get a picture of what it's like here. Very quiet, for one thing. I've never been in such a quiet place, and it's pretty dark. No light except for my flashlight. Tell you what, you go now, douse all the lights you have on. Go ahead, put out the lights. Put out the lights, and that'll give you a clearer feeling of how it is here. Go ahead, put out the lights. Hey! Oh. Did you hear that? The real estate agent told me I'd probably hear rats and mice in the walls. Well, I can certainly hear them now. Even you can hear them, I think.
Dr. Reed speaking. I've been working my way toward the front room, the one directly above the one in which Mr. Smith is in now. The vibrations have become stronger, more and more pronounced as I approach it. I think I am on the verge of an important discovery.
Oh, important discovery? Did you get that? Now I can hear Dr. Reed moving about in the room above me. I don't suppose you can. Have a try anyway. Hear her? I hope she finishes this investigation soon because, quite frankly, I'd like to get out of here. I can well imagine people becoming unhinged in this place, and, well, right now I find myself pretty jumpy. Not being very brave, am I? But it's being alone in this room here that does it. It's this darned old house. I mean, you know, the atmosphere is just so varied.
I wish to only make this hurried report before continuing with the investigation in this room. I have carefully sounded out all the parts of this room, and the emanations are most strong from what appears to be a closet, before which I am now standing. As soon as I open the door to this closet, I will have, I think, a thing of great interest to communicate. I find no key to the lock, and I will attempt to remove the hinges with my penknife, and I will tell you what I find when I open it.
I'll tell you what it would cost me to open that door. It's in the basement of Fort Knox. There's the bat again. It seems to like me. The way it just keeps... God, each time it passes, it just touches my face or my neck with its wings. God, they're smelly things, bats. I don't suppose they bathe very often. If at all, you know. I wonder how... Oh, get away, you bat! God! That bat'll be the death of me. Hey, that's kind of like a jingle, isn't it? That'll be the death of me, the death of me, the death of me. That'll be the death of me. It isn't far from London. No, that isn't the way it goes. Come down to Kew in lilac time. Come down to Kew in lilac time, for it isn't far. Boy, I haven't thought about that since I was a kid in grammar school. Gee, I had a lonely childhood when it comes right down to it, you know? I mean, well, that's my affair, isn't it? Yes, it is. It certainly is.
I have succeeded in removing the hinges to the door, and I find inside that it is not a closet, but much larger. It is, I think, a dressing room. I have not yet been inside, but I am about to enter.
Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, bats. Well, the bat kept flying back and forth in this room. Did you hear that? Did you hear it? Dr. Reed must have knocked something over in the dressing room. A chair, huh? Yeah, a chair. A heavy chair by the sound of it, but this chair, or whatever it was, it must have fallen right above my head. That's the way it sounded. I could see a small stain forming on the ceiling right above my head, and there it is again! Something just right across my foot just then. A rat, I think it was. God, I've always hated rats. Most people do, of course, but that stain up there, it bothers me. It's gotten so big so soon, and I think I'll take a chance and bother Reed and ask her what it is. Dr. Reed? Reed, can you hear me? Are you all right? Hello? Well, she didn't answer, but I think she's just a little bit deaf. I think so. What do you suppose she's found, huh? I'm afraid this must be rather dull for you listeners, but I'm not finding it so, of course. There! I heard her cough. Did you hear that? God, I hope she's all right. She got in a sick bed to be here this morning, you know? Tuberculosis is her child, and God, this place is starting to get on my nerves just a wee bit. Just a teensy-weensy bit.
Reed speaking,
Hello? She switched off. That's a bad cough she's got. God, I feel so lonely. Been alone so much of my life, and not so much now, of course, but when I was younger, I was alone so much of the time. You know, struggling to get ahead, living in a hall bedroom, wondering where my next meal was coming from, and I just get the blues remembering it. It seems sad. Young people having to spend so much time alone. It's sad for old people too, of course, but I'm saying of course a lot. Of course I am, but hey, that stain on the ceiling, it's grown amazingly. It's actually beginning to drip. I mean, it's forming bubbles. They'll start dropping soon. Colored bubbles. They seem to be anyways, you know. It's an odd-shaped stain. Like a body lying on its back with its arms stretched out. It's cheerful. I'll certainly advise Mr. McDonald to have this place torn down. I'll go upstairs in a minute or two and see how Dr. Reed is making out. You know, listeners, I really believe I'd go completely crazy if I had to stay here much longer. It just wears you down. That's exactly what it does. It wears you down. It's so close and musty in here, and I feel sort of trapped. I don't know why I said that. That's what they call this place, you know? The death trap. There. What did I tell you? That stain, it's starting to drip drop. Drip drop, drip drop, drip drop, drip drop. Oh! I'll catch the next one in my hand and let you know. Dr. Reed! Dr. Reed! I'm going upstairs now, listeners. I'm afraid something has happened to Dr. Reed. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I mean, this is on the level. Oh, which room could it be now? Right? Left? No! Right, right. This is it. This is it, I think. Well, this is a surprise. I mean, evening, gentlemen and madam. I'm so glad to see you. I was just aching to see somebody. Anybody. I've been so lonely down here, and now what have you done with the doctor, huh? I know she's been hurt. You see the color of this bubble on my hand? What have you done with her? Make way, gentlemen, please make way. Well, if this isn't the funniest, the funniest darn thing. This can't be Dr. Reed lying there. She didn't have red hair. No, don't crowd me, gentlemen. Don't crowd me, please. You want me to go? Listen, you want me to go where with you? You want me to do what? Speak up, gentlemen. To the cliffs. Down to the cliffs. So you mean right now? Well, all right. If you'll come with me, I don't want to be alone anymore. You'll come with me. All of you? All four of you. You too, ma'am. Oh, good. Come on then. To the cliffs. To the cliffs. To the cliffs. To the...
He jumped over the cliff. He jumped over the cliff. McDonald! He jumped over the cliff!
Mr. McDonald, Mr. Thorpe, you may come in to see Dr. Reed now.
What?
Dr. Reed is conscious. You may see her now.
Is she able to talk?
Just for a few minutes. In here.
Oh, come in, gentlemen.
How are you, Dr. Reed?
We've been waiting to see you.
Yes, and I must apologize, gentlemen. I had a most unfortunate accident. A hemorrhage.
A hemorrhage?
Yes. My lungs, you know. Now, gentlemen,
A hemorrhage? Dr. Reed, what happened in that house? What happened to Smith? We've just been listening to the playback of the recordings you made out there.
Smith? Isn't he with you?
We've just heard the recordings, Dr. Reed. Smith jumped over the cliff. Into the ocean.
Oh, that poor boy.
Dr. Reed, will you please tell us what happened? From what we heard on the recording, there were ghosts in that house.
Ghost? I didn't see any ghosts.
But Smith, what about him?
If he went over the cliff, it was fear that drove him over.
But...
Gentlemen, I didn't see any ghost. As for that unfortunate young man who can say now what he saw or thought he saw.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to tonight's performance. We hope you enjoyed this selection of classic radio plays. Tune in tomorrow for more episodes. You can also enjoy previously recorded episodes on our Facebook group page. We'd like to take the time to thank Peter Gallipo, Candace O'Connor, Dakota Cohen, Yerlin Santa Maria Montoya, Ken Cepeda, Steve Harpst, Kylie Lozavia, Olivia Cohen, and all members of college administration who made this play possible. Have a fantastic night and see you tomorrow for another batch of episodes at 3 p.m. Have a good night.